It always seems impossible until you get it done. It always seems impossible until you get it done. Those are the famous words of Mr. Nelson Mandela. And Mr. Zohran Mamdani did it. The presumptive Democratic nominee for the Democratic mayor of New York City. Ah, boy. Um, for me to say that I'm shocked, that I'm surprised, that I'm, saying like, how did this happen? It's an understatement because I'm not gonna lie. I really believe, and I think this is the miscalculation that we all are doing in politics right now, and we all need to start to reassess what is it that we think we know about politics because we really don't know. Okay, again, the pollsters, including myself and many others, okay, we underestimate the populace. We underestimate the people. We underestimate what people will do, what people are thinking, what people are going through. And here we are. Assemblyman Zohran Mamdani is now the Democratic frontrunner for the next mayoral election in November 2025. He won the race. As he quoted in his winning speech, it always seems impossible until it's done. Words penned none other than the great Nelson Mandela. And congratulations, Mr. Zohran Mamdani. And I must say that I'm surprised because Cuomo, Andrew Cuomo was the governor of New York City, so he has a name recognition more than anybody else. Everybody knows him everywhere. Okay, but it's a clear statement. It's a clear line that the party has moved in a different direction. Okay, the party absolutely do not want Cuomo anymore. Okay, the party is done with Cuomo. It's clear that that the Democratic Party is not moving in the direction of Cuomo. They want him out. They don't want him in. Zohran Mamdani and I think another guy, they made a pact where basically it's ranked voting in New York City. Who is your first choice? Who's your second choice? And Cuomo knew that if Mamdani was so far ahead and at 44% of the vote and he got 36, then there's no way that he's going to be able to come back because of the ranked voting system, because that means that whoever ranked Mamdani first is going to rank this other guy second. I'm not remembering his name right now. So Cuomo did a very early concession speech. It was a great speech. I wish him the best. He's supposed to run. You have the opportunity where he could run for the mayoral election in November. But I honestly think that he kind of at this point in the game needs to do what's best for New York City. You know what I'm saying? I think he came back. It was good to to see him. It was good to hear from him. It was good. Yeah, so it was very clear. It's very clear that the party is moving in a different direction. Where we might say progressive, in a more progressive direction, where we might say that it's more socialist. Who knows, right? But the Democratic Party right now is in the process of figuring out who they really are as a people. Okay, they're in a situation where they're trying to figure out where they're gonna go, because for the 2024 elections, presidential election, they absolutely got obliterated. Okay, there wasn't any such thing as a swing state. Okay, Donald Trump wiped all 7 states. Not even one. Not even one swing state he was able to capture. Not even one. All gone. Republican. All voted Republican. Okay, all Donald Trump. Okay, a serious mandate. So the Democratic Party was left in an identity crisis, and no one knows exactly what that means. Okay, because there are midterm elections coming up next year, and we don't know where the Senate is gonna go. We don't know where the Congress is gonna go. So right now the Democratic Party is in a serious state of, okay, who are we? What's our message? Okay, and it's a little tricky because some of the most powerful voices are compromised. We know Mayor Eric Adams, he's not running as a Democrat, he's running as an independent. Okay, because he knew that if he had run as a Democrat, he was going to probably be obliterated. So we don't know exactly what the party is all about right now. Okay, getting back to the original message of Zohran Mamdani, we don't know what his outcome is going to be in the general election in November. Okay, Eric Adams has the experience, he has the name recognition, but again, people, it's not, it's impossible until it's done, right? So we don't know what this guy Zohran Mamdani is gonna do, and we do not know how it's gonna, turn out for the election. So salute to Zohran Mamdani. He ran a very impressive campaign. Okay, I must say that I was shocked. I must say that I'm reminded again that we do not know exactly what direction the Democratic Party is heading in. It's a clear, statement that we are no longer the party of the old guards. This new progressive wing is out there, and the Republicans, they love it because they're like, okay, we do not, we're dealing with all of these crazy people, these crazy progressives and the Democratic Party, and do you want your country to go in that direction? So it's a lot. So we just do not know what the Democratic Party is going to look like, but we do know that Zohran Mamdani is the Democratic candidate for the mayoral election in November 2025, and I just want to say congratulations to him. Cuomo, he has the opportunity to run for mayor under the independent banner in November 2025, but I think it would be a great distraction because the people have spoken. The people have spoken. It's like someone didn't invite you to the party, but yet still you're trying to come with somebody that that kind of way. Cuomo has done a lot, and he did a lot, and his legacy continues to do a lot for New York City. And I think it's time to ride in his glory, and just go do something else. He has done his best. He's done his best, and I don't think it's needed right now. And it's kind of unfortunate in a little way because for a man that has done so much for the state of New York, so much for public life, and so much for New York State in general, it's kind of hard to, see him go out like this. We was hoping for a big comeback. A comeback like what Donald Trump had in the 2024 election, where Donald Trump was facing a plethora of charges. He was able to get rid of all of them, okay, and became president of the United States. Okay, it wasn't in the cards for Cuomo to have that big comeback. It wasn't. He doesn't have the luck of Donald Trump. Donald Trump has the biggest comeback of any person in history. Okay, Donald Trump was facing a multitude of charges, a multitude of lawsuits. He could have gone to jail. He could have been arrested. So much things, but he was able to come back to become the most powerful man in the world, president of the United States of America. Period. Whatever charges they had, none of it will ever stick. Okay, and he has flooded the courts. He has flooded all the judicial system everywhere. He has insulated himself so much that any administration that's gonna come after him, okay, to even attempt to put Trump behind bars, they will meet so much roadblocks that it's almost impossible. Okay, and Donald Trump had that comeback. Right? It was open that Cuomo could have got that comeback, but it's not in the cards, man. It ain't in the cards, But again, Zohran Mamdani has taught all of us, okay, this election, Donald Trump's election, and I keep referring to Donald Trump so much because, Donald Trump is the gold standard. He's the president of the United States, the highest office in the land, one of the highest office in the world. He has taught us that you never know. You never know. So, I might think that, the Democratic Party wants to go in a different direction than Andrew Cuomo. But, sometimes, people have big comebacks, and you never know what that comeback is going to look like, right? So, salute to all the candidates. I just want to say salute to Darlene Mealy. She's my I think she's my district council 41. This is our, she sent me so much ads in the mail. so much. She sent me so much paperwork, texts and message and everything, and and she won by a huge landslide. Okay, and the reason why I'm bringing up Councilwoman Mealy is that she was everywhere. I was getting text messages, I was getting emails, I was getting, tons of mail. Look, all of this. Darlene Mealy. She's everywhere. She's everywhere. Andrew Cuomo, maybe a few things. From Cuomo. But Darlene Mealy, she was everywhere. Okay? She ran this campaign, or campaign manager ran this campaign like if her life depended on it. And she has been in office in that position forever. Okay? But she took this election very serious. The people that she worked with took it very serious. Okay, because all the politicians and everybody knows that, okay, you do not know where the populace is going to go. You don't know where who's going to vote for who. People could be telling you one thing in these polls, and these polls be lying. All right, these polls is not always true. So, again, people, let's see what the mayoral election of 2025 gonna be like, because the truth is we do not know. This is gonna be one for the ages, because if Eric Adams believe that, okay, it's a shoo-in for him because Cuomo is not in this race. Not so quick, brother. Not so quick. It's just a reminder that politics, it's a serious game, all right? But congratulations to everybody, congratulations to the loser, the winners, whoever, congratulations. And special shout out to the city council speaker, Miss Adams. She ran. She didn't really poll properly. She didn't get far in the poll, but it's all the nature of the game. It is what it is. It's politics, and let's see what this election 2025 mayoral election gonna be like. Last but not least, people say that this election has a broader implications on a national level because New York City is the city, the capital city of the world, quote unquote, where everybody meets. But let's see. The Trump White House is a different kind of White House, man. So I don't know if it's gonna make any difference who's mayor in New York City. It's a different kind of White House. So let's see, brothers. So for all my voters in New York City, salute. Thank you for voting. Let's see, whoever comes in office, and we pray that we continue to do good that day, and us continue to do good for the people of New York City. Peace. This is your boy DJ Troy. I'm out.